Most important voice when supporting children and families is the child's voice. And that can look very different depending on the age. Obviously, for younger children, they might not verbally be able to communicate that with you in a way of tell me what's good, what works for you, whatever. But it may be that voice is being shown through their behaviour, how they're presenting at home, or whatever that looks like. As they get older, that voice becomes more of, I suppose, of a formal thing. You've got a secondary age child, their voice is incredibly important. Now, as professionals, we can sit around a table, and even that includes the parent. And if you haven't got the child's voice at that centre, that meeting that you are having is typically may not be a successful meeting. It may be unproductive, because actually as a professionals and adults, we could sit around a table and say, oh, we're going to get them a timeout card, or we're going to let them do this. And you present all these reasonable adjustments to a child, and that child is horrified. They're not going to have those strategies put in place because they don't want to stand out. So it's really important along the journey that the child's voice is at the centre. What the child is showing you through behaviour, whether it is more of a formal voice that they're talking to you about their wants, likes and dislikes. So it's really important when you're going into any meeting that you've got the child's voice there. And also actually working within the system, when I've worked with local authorities and even now, if you've got a child that feels confident enough to come into that meeting, absolutely let them do that. What I would say with that, if you've got a meeting and you're going to be talking about somebody, it's very uncomfortable, isn't it, to be sat in that environment. So what I would tend to suggest is, as the professionals and parents, we might sit and have the meeting, but bring them in at the last 10 minutes, maybe talk about what you've discussed, or flip it around the other way. They come in at the beginning, put their voice in there, and then obviously they go back to their classroom or wherever they need to be, and then the adults and professionals then carry on that meeting. So there are lots of ways that voice can be brought into that meeting, using visuals and drawings and lots of different things, but it's really important that their voice is at the centre.